And today's video is sponsored and brought to you by Surfshark. We'll get into our regularly scheduled content right away, but if this sounds like something you can use, take advantage of an 85% off discount code plus 3 months free using the code R&R Stories in the description box below. And this offer also includes a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to give it a try and get started today. And for those who don't know, Surfshark is a VPN or virtual private network that will mask your IP address on any device. And one of the key benefits to a VPN, and one of my favorite things, is that you can access content from around the world anywhere. That means never having to see this dreaded screen on YouTube ever again. And if you're outside the US like myself, you can enjoy the amazingness that is US Netflix, or better yet, how about Hulu? I've been binging Seinfeld and Futurama. Not to mention being in Canada, I can't even watch the full 23rd season of South Park. With Surfshark, I can go onto Comedy Central and watch the full season. And VPNs are also a great way to protect yourself online. They help prevent your data from being collected and used by advertisers. So use a VPN to keep your videos, photos, and online activity just to yourself. Hit the description box down below to get that special offer. Let's get started with today's video. In 2005, it was reported by various press outlets that former Creed frontman Scott Stapp and the members of 311 were involved in a Thanksgiving Day brawl at a Baltimore hotel. And by the end of the night, 311 member S.A. Martinez would suffer a fractured knuckle and bassist Peanut would suffer an injury to a recent surgery wound. What happened? Stay tuned to find out. 311 was on a nationwide tour across the US at the time supporting their record Don't Tread on Me, and they had a day off. The band was in Baltimore to play a show the following night, and they were staying at the Harbor Court Hotel. Also staying at the same hotel was former Creed frontman Scott Stapp, who was touring behind his solo debut record The Great Divide. It was Thanksgiving Day and the band was enjoying their dinner at the hotel's restaurant when Scott Stapp walked in. According to S.A. Martinez, who spoke to Rolling Stone following the brawl, he would say, "We just finished dinner and were at the hotel bar to watch the Lakers game when Scott Stapp walked in being very loud and obnoxious. In fact, one of the first things he said was that he'd love to fight. So he started doing shots and breaking glass on the bar, almost hitting one of our crew guys. My wife and I moved to a table and eventually Scott made his way over and sat down. He was looking for attention. Even before that, he wadded up a napkin and that he lobbed in our direction. It was pathetic, and we tried to ignore him, but it was impossible. Then he made a pretty disrespectful comment to my wife, which I'd rather not repeat, but in no uncertain terms, the word F was used. That's when drummer Chad Sexton walked over, he'd remember." According to Sexton, he had run into Stapp earlier in the day and had a pretty cordial discussion with the singer about how they shared the same producer. Sexton thought that he could maybe calm down the singer, and initially Stapp would calm down, but then out of nowhere he punched Sexton in the face, and on the follow-through, he struck S.A. Martinez's wife. Of course, Martinez would then throw blows at Stapp. During the brawl, 311 bassist Peanut also came over, and he got struck on the right arm, opening up a scar from recent surgery. Stapp would fall to the ground and his fiancée would rush over and sit on him to get him to stop, but he got up, enraged, still wanting to fight. After about 5 minutes, the hotel's security staff finally intervened and kicked Stapp out. Martinez will put the blame on the hotel staff for not kicking him out earlier for throwing the shot glass. What's strange about this whole incident is that the hotel's security director put the blame squarely on the band 311. When asked to comment for a news story, the hotel's security director claimed that Stapp was attacked by several members of 311 and that it took 2 security guards to break up the fight. Initially, Stapp would decline to comment on the incident, but a few weeks following the brawl, he would release a statement disputing 311's claims, saying, "This is a very unfortunate situation. However, there are 2 sides to every story. I was at the hotel celebrating Thanksgiving and my engagement with my new fiancé when the fight started. As the Associated Press reported and confirmed, I did not instigate this altercation." The Associated Press article that Stapp would refer to would include the interview with the hotel's security director. S.A. Martinez would end up in the hospital that night following the brawl with what he described as a boxer's fracture on his right hand, but the injury wouldn't stop the band from performing the following night in Baltimore. And 311 purposely went public with the story because they claimed they were acting in self-defense and wanted to get ahead of the story before rumors started floating around. And it seemed like even a decade after the brawl happened, it still comes up during interviews with the members of 311. As recently as a 2017 interview with the Philly Voice, S.A. Martinez would respond pretty positively and take the higher road when asked about the brawl, saying it was something that kind of snowballed, and it's really sort of sad how it escalated, and I ended up feeling bad for him at the end of the night, referring to Stapp. It was just a total shit show, Martinez would conclude. In 2014, during a Reddit AMA, Scott Stapp was asked by 9 separate people about the 311 fight, which he declined to answer. At the end of the day, no charges would be filed by the police, despite the fact that the whole brawl was caught on the hotel's security camera. That concludes today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys want to support my channel, simply watch another video or go check us out on Patreon. Take care.